hit record. There we go. Okay. Come onto your backs. Take your hands and rest them onto your pelvis, and you will feel two bones that are on either side of your pelvis. These bones are called your ASIS bones, anterior superior iliac spine. So they're really great landmarks to get a sense of where your pelvis is sitting as we go through these movements. So on the opposite side of your pelvis is your sacrum. You might have heard of your SI joint, your sacroiliac joint. It's where your iliacus, the back of your pelvis, connects to the sacrum. So it's kind of like a pie-shaped bone, and the bottom of that turns into your coccyx and your tailbone. So we're going to start by just moving through our sacrum and getting a bit of movement into our pelvis and trying to connect slightly to our pelvic floor. So we'll start with a nice deep inhalation, and as we do that, I want you to tip the pelvis so the bottom of your sacrum roots into the mat, and the hip bones, those ASIS bones, draw toward your thigh bones. So what you should feel here, we will slow it down just for a couple, is that your lower back has lifted up off of the mat. There's a bit of space between your back and the ground beneath you. And then the two ASIS bones have really pushed towards your thigh bones, and then your hamstrings are getting lengthened. We will then exhale and we'll go the other direction. We'll take the top of your sacrum and press the top of your sacrum into the mat. What you will feel here is the back has lengthened into the mat. You may hear me use that term a lot in class, lengthen your low back down. So the low back is lengthened and those ASIS bones have pulled away from the thigh bones. So this is called a posterior tilt or an imprint spine position. And then inhale, let's tip forward. Find the tip of that sacrum. And then exhale, let's go the other direction. Now, let's continue with that rocking motion. Inhale, tailbone to the ground. Exhale, top of sacrum into the mat. And then bring our attention to that pelvic floor, the muscles that sit between those ASIS bones. We inhale, you feel that pelvic floor open like a balloon. And then we exhale and that pelvic floor gathers. It's almost like you could pull your two hip bones together. And then we inhale, we let that pelvic floor open. And then we exhale and we let it gather and lift. 3 more times. Inhale. And then exhale, feeling that pelvic floor pull together, lifting up, low back lengthens down. Last 2. And exhale, rocking the pelvis into the mat. And then 1 more time, we breathe in. And then exhale, and then let your pelvis sit where it wants to sit. Don't push it into any position. Just let it be where it wants to be. We'll call this your optimal spine, all right? Take your hands and rest them down by your side, widen your collarbones. Pay attention to the weight displacement on the left and right-hand side of your spine. You'll take a breath in, feel that pelvic floor open, and then exhale, gather and lift the pelvic floor. Right leg floats into tabletop. Can you keep your weight even on both sides of your pelvis? Inhale, lower the right leg down. And then exhale, pelvic floor gathers and lifts. Left leg lifts up. Keep that pelvis neutral. Keep it so that it's evenly weighted. So let's rock through that just at your own pace. You exhale to lift, inhale to lower, exhale, lift, inhale, lower. Now, not a lot of abdominals are working here. We got a little bit of pelvic floor action, a little bit of transverse working, but this exercise is really about working in the alignment of your thigh bone. So as you take your thigh bone up into space, we want the bottom of the thigh bone to sink really heavy into the pelvis. So it's sort of like it's dropping down towards the ground as the knee lifts. All right, and as we move the leg bone, that pelvis is staying still. So alignment is one of the 9 principles of Pilates. It's also very important in just everything we do in our life, making sure our skeleton is aligned. When our skeleton is aligned, the muscles will do what they're supposed to do. Let's do 1 more on the right. Keep the right leg lifted, and then 1 more on the left. Now, notice your abdominals, sorry, I can't teach today. Right leg up, left leg up, both legs in tabletop is what I was trying to get you to do. So notice here now, you're gonna feel a little bit more work in the abdominals. All right, sometimes when we have our legs in tabletop, people will complain about, my quadriceps and my hip flexors get really tired. So find the dropping of the thigh bones down into the pelvis and see if you can just gently draw those two hip bones up the front of your body. So you're using your abdominals to pull the knees in a little bit closer to you. You'll take a breath in here and then exhale. Let's tap the right toe to the floor and then lift it up. And then the left toe to the floor. You inhale to lift. Exhale to lower. Gather and lift the pelvic floor. Inhale, lift the leg. Exhale, lower. Pelvic floor gathers. We lift, and it's like you're dipping your toe into a cold pool of water. Exhale, right toe down. Lift. Exhale, left toe down. Now, take your hands for me and rest them onto your abdominal muscles. As you exhale, I want you to feel your abs pull away from your hands. Inhale, lift the leg. Exhale, pelvic floor gathers. That's the transverse, pulling the six-pack muscles down. So if you can pull the abdominals away from your fingers as the toe lowers, then you know you're getting those transverse muscles working. Those muscles act like your corset. They narrow the waist. Let's go forward. Then they fire the multifidi, the back muscles, which creates a lot of stability in through your vertebra. One more on each side. Right toe taps. Left toe taps. And then just grab both of your knees and pull them in towards your chest. Circle them around a little bit. Circle them the other way. Just releasing those hips. It is okay. A lot of us here are very athletic. We've got very strong quads, very strong hips. So if you're feeling those hip flexors working, that's totally fine. Take your legs back into tabletop position. Now I want you to lengthen your low backs down into the mat. So we're going to find a little bit more abdominals working here to stabilize the pelvis. On your exhale, you will take, on your inhale, your right leg is going to pull away from the left. Only go as far as your left pelvis stays anchored. And then exhale, draw those thighs back together. Inhale, left leg to the left. Right pelvis stays anchored. Exhale, gather the pelvic floor. Squeeze it, pull the left leg in. Inhale, right leg opens. Exhale, draw it in. Inhale, left leg opens. So the more we can get that pelvic floor working, the more we can connect into the transverse, the more we are going to work as we do the rest of our abdominal and our Pilates moves today. These muscles get forgotten, right? The body will bypass them and go into the stronger muscles. So we really have to warm these guys up. Exhale. And I want you to carry this sensation through our class today. Right leg out and back in. And then that left leg out and then back in. Now take both of your feet to the floor. Take your hands and interlace them behind your head. Take a breath in, curl the upper body up off of the mat. Come into our first curl today. Good, and then inhale, come down. Now, as you exhale and curl, feel those two front rib bones drawing together. Feel like you could push the front ribs inside you as the back ribs get heavy into the mat. So working through that upper core. But let's not forget about our pelvic floor. Exhale, curl up, squeeze the muscles between the two hip bones, gather the pelvic floor, inhale, release. Exhale, pelvic floor. And then release the pelvic floor. Think of it like an elevator. Like I said, as you curl up, you lift the elevator, and then you release down and you release the elevator. Let's go 4 more. Back of the neck is long, elbows are wide, shoulder blades apart. And curl 3. And 2, squeeze the pelvic floor as you lift. 1 more time. We will hold on this last one. So lift, pause, and hold. Take a breath in. Squeeze the pelvic floor and use the strength of the pelvic floor to lift your body up an inch. And then down an inch. And then up an inch. When you lift up, it's like you're taking that pelvic floor up 1 more floor in its elevator. Let's go 8. Lift up 7. Nice work, Shauna. Good job, Allie. 6. Little pulses. Good, Kirsten. 5. 4. Squeeze the muscles between your 2 hip bones. 3, 2, and 1. Come all the way down, legs and tabletop. You breathe in, exhale, curl the upper body up. Take a breath in here. Pelvic floor squeezes. Right leg extends long. Exhale. Inhale, knee in. Exhale, left leg extends long. Pelvic floor activates. Now, as you send your legs out long, Squeeze the quadriceps, fire the glutes, start to lengthen the back of your leg. Feel a connection of your abdominals into the leg bones and feel like it's actually your abdominals that are pulling your legs back in. We go 4 more. Inhale, exhale. And gather the pelvic floor. 1 more on each side. Left leg. And then legs in tabletop, head comes down. Take a breath in, curl head, neck, and shoulders off the mat. Squeeze the pelvic floor. Bring your feet together. Bring your knees together. Squeeze those inner thighs and flex your feet. Imagine a very heavy box at the end of the feet. You will exhale, press that box away from you. Inhale, draw the legs back in. So the feet are going to stay up in the air. Exhale, you're pushing it away. So Sam, keep those legs up, reach them to the sofa, and then inhale, knees come in. Now, focus on the squeezing of your inner thighs. Press the legs out, pull those legs in. Feel that squeeze and connect that squeeze directly to your pelvic floor. And feel as you press the legs out and as you pull them in, it's that pelvic floor that is doing the work. Your pelvic floor resists as the legs go out, and the pelvic floor draws those legs back in. 3 more times. So work those inner thighs. Squeeze the legs tight. Can you pick 1 more vertebra up off of your mat, curling up? Yes, Shauna, good work. A little higher. Good work, Kirsten. Good. Nice work, Elisa. 1 more time. We squeeze the legs, the glutes, press out, press in, and then we release. Take your heels together, knees apart, hands behind your head. Curl the upper body up. So we're in a little froggy position with our feet. We curl up, squeezing the pelvis floor. Take a breath in. Exhale, legs extend out. Inhale, knees draw in. Exhale, legs extend. Again, like you're pushing that heavy box away. I want you to feel like you're pulling that heavy box back in as those feet draw in. We exhale, press out, squeeze those inner thighs. Keep those heels together. So nobody should be able to pull your feet apart. Let's go 4 more. Exhale out and in. Exhale out. Squeeze the quads. Squeeze the pelvic floor. 2 more times. Quad squeeze and in. 1 more time. And then release your feet down onto the mat. Head comes down. Hands stay behind the head. We curl the upper body up, zip the low front ribs inside you, low back ribs press into the mat, pelvic floor is active. Imagine your arms are like wings of a plane. We exhale, we turn that plane, we bank in the sky, we twist to the right. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, you twist to the left. Keep that upper body curled back to center. Twist to the right and center. Twist to the left and center. Let's go 4 more, making sure that the ribs are doing the rotation. The rotation isn't coming from the head or the elbows. Let's go 1 more each side. We go to the right, back to center. We go to the left, center, lower the head, neck, and shoulders onto your mat. Take a breath in, curl the head, neck, and shoulders back up. Pause here, breathe in, activate the pelvic floor, exhale, twist to the right, hold it here. You take a breath, keeping that rotation, you curl up an inch and down an inch, and up and down, and up and down. Every time you lift, pelvic floor fires. Pelvic floor gathers and lifts up. Can you get that right shoulder blade to lift higher off of the mat for 4, 3, 2, 1. Come through center, lower the head, neck, and shoulders. Curl up on the exhale, zip those ribs, squeeze the low belly, twist to the left, inhale, exhale up, inhale down, exhale up and down, up and down, up and down. We go 5, squeeze pelvic floor, 3, good work, 2 here, 1 more time through center all the way to the mat, legs in tabletop, hands stay behind the head. Curl the upper body up, squeeze ankles, knees, inner thighs. Take a breath in, exhale, legs extend out long. Inhale, draw the knees in, twist to your left as the knees pull to that right elbow. Send the legs out straight, bring the body straight. Exhale, twist to your right, knees to the left. Legs extend, upper body straighten, and then we twist to the left, knees to the right, and we extend the legs out as you find center. You draw the knees in as you twist. Let's go one more each side. Lengthen and pull in and twist. Last one. And now stay here, legs over to that left-hand side. Hold it here. Little pulses of the knees in. We pulse in, we go 5. Pulse knees in 4, knees in 3, knees in 2. Keep those knees in. Lift the upper body up. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come through center. Take the legs over to the other side. Twist the body. Pulse the knees in. We go 5. Pulse in 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hold it here. Little pulses up. 5, 4. Squeeze those inner thighs. 3, 2, and 1. Hug those knees in towards your chest. Take your hands to the back of your hamstrings. Sit your body up tall. Send the feet out in front of you. Flex your feet for a spine stretch. So arms will reach out. Imagine your hands are resting on a table, and there's something at the other edge of the table that we're trying to grab. So we tuck the chin, we exhale, pelvic floor lifts, ribs pull in, and we stretch our body forward, like we're reaching for whatever that is at the end of your table. And then inhale, we sit up, we stack the spine, shoulder blades slide down. You want to feel the rolling of your ribs as you come forward. Those ribs are rolling in. The back of your ribs lift up and away from your pelvis like you have helium balloons on your shoulder blades. And it's making you buoyant as you dive forward. Inhale, lift up, shoulder blades slide down. 3 more, make this an abdominal exercise. Squeeze the abdominals. It's the same action as your curls. Inhale, we lift, shoulders slide down. 2 more times, gather the low belly, squeeze the glutes, dive forward, head between the arms. And then inhale, we lift, drop the shoulders down. And then 1 more time, let's dive forward. And then lift up, bend your knees, feet onto the floor, arms stay out straight, take a breath. Squeeze the pelvic floor, draw the lower abs towards the spine. Let's articulate down onto the mat, bone by bone. Slow and controlled, reaching the arms back behind us. And then lifting the arms, tucking the chin. Exhale, gather the pelvic floor, and we roll ourselves up and off of that mat. Nice work, good. Sit up tall. Now, if we struggle, and a lot of us do, on that rolling up part, if you can find more of that pelvic floor activation and more of the rolling of the ribs, it's gonna help. And really exhale as you lift. So breathe in, stack your spine. Exhale, tuck your tailbone and roll down. Slowly, we roll. Good, arms reach back. We lift the arms, we tuck the chin, we squeeze the belly, and we roll up. Nice work, Shauna, good job. Sit up tall. Let's do that 2 more times. We exhale, go down slow as we come down, rolling the body all the way to the floor. Extend the arms back behind you, and then lift the arms up, tuck the chin. If you need to grab onto those thighs to roll you up, you can. We sit tall. Nice work, Sam. 1 more time. We come all the way down. And then we take our legs back into tabletop. Widen the collarbones. Squeeze your ankles, knees, and our thighs together. You'll inhale as the legs lower to the right-hand side. Left pelvis lifts. Left shoulder stays on the mat. And then exhale, left leg or right leg squeezes into left as we roll back to center. Inhale, legs over to the left. Right hip lifts. Pick that right hip off the floor. Exhale, squeeze your legs together, roll back through center. Take your legs over to the right-hand side. Exhale through center. Legs over to the left. Exhale through center. 4 more, 2 each side. Feel the left pelvis lift as the hips go to the right. Squeeze the right leg into left as you roll through center. Take the legs to the left. Feel the right pelvis lift. Squeeze the left leg into the right as you roll back through center. 1 more time, legs over to the right. Roll back through center. Legs over to the left. Roll through center. Grab the backs of your hamstrings. Press your legs into your hands. Extend the legs out long. Widen those feet so they're about as wide as your mat, maybe a little bit wider, and we go into saw. So arms reach out, extending long from fingertip to fingertip, and then inhale, stack your spine. Feel like there's a string on your chest. It's lifting you up tall. Twist your body to the right. We inhale, left or right palm turns, thumb to ground, and then exhale, dive forward, reaching the left arm, the left fingers for that right baby toe. Drop your left shoulder, anchor the left sit bone, squeeze the belly, twist deeper, look to your right and pulse forward. 3, 2, 1. We lift up, we twist other direction. Inhale. Exhale, right hand reaches down to left baby toe. Squeeze the core, anchor right sit bone, reach right finger forward and pulse. 3, drop that right shoulder. 2, squeeze the belly. 1, come all the way back up. Exhale, we twist, we dive forward. 3, pulse. 2, pulse. 1, we come up, we breathe in, and then exhale, we go 3 and 2 and 1. Come back to the center, take your legs together, so feet together. Now, option is to bend your knees if you need to. I want you to keep your feet flexed, extend the arms, tuck the tailbone, gather the pelvic floor, low abs draw back as you roll down, squeeze your bum, keep that pelvic floor active all the way onto your back. Reach the arms behind you, take a deep breath in. Lift the arms, tuck the chin, push the ribs inside you, squeeze that pelvic floor, and then dive over your legs. Keep that forward fold position, roll down, tailbone, pelvic floor, squeeze the bum, roll all the way down, slow and controlled. Arms reach back. Lift the arms, tuck the chin. We roll up, we dive over the legs. We breathe in, exhale, pelvic floor. Squeeze the glutes, roll down bone by bone, keeping those ears in between your biceps. One more time, lift the arms, tuck the chin, rolling up, diving forward, and then we come down slow, slow, all the way down, taking the hands down by your side. Now take your right leg and bend your right leg into tabletop position and grab onto the back of your leg. Hold on to the hamstring. Flex your foot, so toes to shins, and then straighten that right leg. So squeeze the quadricep and then bend. Now, if you need to, you can bend your left knee. It will allow you a little bit more range of motion in that right leg. Squeeze the quad and then bend. 3 more. We straighten the leg and bend. If you pull the toes to the shins as you straighten your leg, you'll feel a little bit more of a stretch in the back of your calf and your hamstring. Last one. Now, take the left leg. If it's bent, slide it out. Point your right toes. Keep your right leg where it is. Hands come to the floor. Find the pelvis anchored evenly on both sides, and then start to draw tiny circles with your right leg. Imagine a little tea saucer on the end of your big toe, and you're just tracing the circumference. But try to find that circular motion deep from the pelvis. So think less about the foot moving and more about that thigh bone spinning. Let's switch the directions. You can inhale for a circle, exhale for a circle. Keep gathering your pelvic floor, squeeze it. Inhale for a circle, exhale for a circle. Inhale, exhale. One more breath in. Exhale, bend the right knee, curl your upper body up, grab onto your shin bones with both hands. Left leg floats up, single leg stretch. Pull the knee to the nose, nose to the knee, shoulders down away from your ears. Take a breath, exhale, we switch the legs, pull it in. Switch the legs, pull it in, switch and pull. Extend the other leg long. Feel the upper back, working to draw that leg in. Feel your abdominals, your pelvic floor, pulling your nose towards your side. Let's go 8 and 7 and 6 and 5 and 4. Squeeze and pull. 3, 2, and 1. And then take those legs down onto the ground. Take your left leg into tabletop. You can bend or straighten the left leg. Grab onto the back of your hamstring. Flex at your ankle. And then let's straighten that leg. So straighten the leg. I'm going to bend my knee because my hamstrings are super tight today. And then we straighten the leg. And then bend. 3 more. Straighten. And bend. And 2. Squeeze that quadricep. If you look at your thigh bone, you'll see as your knee extends straight, your kneecap floats up the front of your thigh. Now pause here with the leg straight. Point your toe. Slide your right leg long onto the floor. Take your hands by your side and start to do those same circles on that left side. Notice your left hip wants to pull up to that left shoulder. So lengthen your left sitting bone away from your left shoulder. Push the pelvis down and then feel the muscles of your hip circling your toe. We'll go 3, 2, and switch directions. Go the other way. Inhale for a circle, exhale for a circle. Inhale, exhale, slow and controlled. Drive that thigh bone deep into your pelvis as you make these rotations. 3, 2, and drawing that left knee in towards your chest. Hands to the shins. Float the right leg up, lift the head up, knees to nose. We're going to a little faster here. Take a breath in. Exhale, we switch the legs. We go switch, switch. Inhale, switch, switch. Exhale, switch, switch. Inhale, switch, switch. 6, switch, switch. And 5, switch, switch. And 4, switch, switch. And 3, and 2, and 1. And then taking the knees in. Bringing the feet onto the mat, hands by your side, collarbones are wide. Keeping our spine in a nice straight line, so no rolling. Press your feet down, pick your hips up, find a back bridge. Now make sure you don't let those ribs flare open, so soften the ribs, activate that pelvic floor, and then lower the pelvis back down. Push your feet into the mat, push the ground away from you. Do me a favor. Do a back bridge without pressing the feet into the floor. So just kind of lift the bum and lower. And then do a back bridge where you physically push your feet down. You should feel so much more power in those legs as you lift those hips up. It's like you're trying to press the ground away from you. We lift and down, keeping those ribs nice and strong. Finding the pelvic floor as we lift up. 3 more times. Gather the pelvic floor. Open the pelvic floor as we lower. Last 2, gather the pelvic floor, and then open it as the sitting bones come down. 1 more time, gather the pelvic floor, stay here. Take a breath in, exhale, right leg floats into tabletop. Inhale, right leg down. Exhale, left leg tabletop, and down. Right leg tabletop, and left leg tabletop. Good, keep that pelvis stable. Keep activating the pelvic floor. We go 6, and switch 5, and march 4, 3, 2, 1, and then we come all the way down. Take your legs for me, straighten the legs long out onto the mat. Take your hands, interlace them behind your head, so your body is a nice long shape. You'll exhale, curl your upper body up, and look at your toes. I don't see my toes anymore, but you should be able to see your toes. And then you'll breathe in. And then on your exhale, as if your abdominals could do the work, pick that right leg up, squeeze that pelvic floor, and then lower the right leg down. And then exhale, pick the left leg up. I want you to connect the legs into the pelvis and the pelvis into the abdominals. So feel the abdominals lifting the leg. And then lifting the leg. Let's go 4 more. We lift up 4. Good work. Nice job. Great work, Bob. 3, try to curl a little higher, everybody. And 2, and 1. Great work. Come all the way down. Now, here is an option. We are going to curl up and lift our legs. Option is to lift 1 leg at a time, or if you want a little more challenge, you pick both of your legs up. So it looks like this. We will exhale and we curl, and I'm picking up 1 leg, or I'm picking up both legs. Okay, so take a breath in, and then exhale, and we lift the legs or legs on the upper body. Inhale down. Exhale, lift. Lengthen the low back into the mat and down. Good. Let's do 2 more. Lift and down. Upper body curls as well. 1 more time. Lift. Hold here. Take your hands away from behind the head. Reach them to your pelvis and pump the arms. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Out. 2, 3, 4, 5. In. 2, 3, 4, 5. Out. Breathe in, open the pelvic floor, out, squeeze the pelvic floor. In, 2, 3, 4, 5, out, 2, 3, 4, 5, in, and out. In, 2, 3, 4, 5, out, 3 more. In, 2, 3, 4, 5. Out, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2, 2, 3, 4, 5. Out. Last one. In and out. And then lower the legs down and reach those arms behind you. Great work. Now, taking those arms, reaching them back. You'll take a breath in on the exhale. You circle your arms around like you're doing a snow angel. Lift the head, pick the right leg up. We go single leg teaser here. Yes, good work. And then we come down, we sweep the arms back. And then we circle the arms around, we tuck the chin, and the other leg lifts up and down. So we want to connect the upper and lower bodies through our core muscles. So we curl up, the leg and the upper body move together with control, and then we come down. And then we circle the arms around, we curl up. Yes, good work, and down. One more time. On each side, we curl up, single leg teaser, and down. Reach those arms behind you. Last one here. We curl up. You take your hands onto the back of that leg. Roll yourself back. Other leg lifts off the floor. Single straight leg stretch. Bend the elbows. Pull that leg in twice. And scissor the legs. Pull, pull. Scissor. Pull, pull. Scissor. Pull, pull. Yes, Shauna. Grab that leg. Pull it in. Pull that leg in. Beautiful. Pull it in. Nice work. Good job, Kirsten. Grab above your knee. Try to grab that calf. Kirsten, sit up higher so you can grab onto the, yeah, there it is. Grab the calf. 8. Yes. And 7. Bend the elbows. 6. Pull that leg in. 5. Good work. Grab above the calf. Grab onto that calf for me, Sam. 3. Grab the calf. Legs are straight. 2. One more time. And then take your feet to the mat. Hands by your side. Pick your hips up. Find the back bridge for me. Take your right leg, lift it into tabletop position. Straighten the right leg. Point your toe without dropping the hips. Lower that right leg to the floor. Flex your foot, lift the right leg up. Point your toe lower. Flex your foot, lift. When it comes up, find the stretch in the back of the leg. Point lower, flex, lift. Point lower, flex, lift. One more time, point lower. Flex, lift, keep that foot flexed, press into the left foot, lift your hips up an inch and down an inch, like you could push your foot up onto your ceiling. We go 6, beautiful work. 5, press your hands into the floor. 4, so you're working the backs of your arms. 3, 2, 1, come all the way down, right foot to the mat. Find a breath in, exhale, find your back bridge. Left leg into tabletop. Straighten the left leg. Point your toe. We breathe in to lower. Exhale to left. In, out. In, out. 3, 2, 1 more. Stay here. Press into that right foot. Lift and lift and lift and lift. 4, 3, and 2, and 1. And then come all the way down. Great work. Legs hug in. And then legs into tabletop. So we are going to all start with the more accessible version of what we're going to do next. And then I'm going to gradually progress us through. And please feel free to kind of stay at the level that feels best in your body. Take the hands behind your legs. Take a breath in, press your legs into your hands. We come up into bent knee teaser. All right, so the knees are bent. You find the backs of the sit bones, your spine is straight. Now, Bob and Elisa, you're gonna remember this from Tuesday. You want to tip forward, bring your feet onto the floor. Yes, straighten your spine, hands behind your head. Keeping your back straight as long as you can, start to lean your body back. And then when you can no longer maintain that straight spine, you round your body and you come all the way down. There you go. There's your first option. Option 2, legs and tabletop. Reach the arms behind you. Snow angel the arms around, tuck the chin, come up, find your teaser, bent knees, feet to the floor, hands behind your head, lean your body back. And then when you can no longer maintain that shape, you tuck the tailbone. That's option 2. Option 3, straighten the legs, arms reach out. Circle the arms, snow angel, tuck the chin, lift up, full teaser. Legs lower down, they're straight, you sit tall, hands behind head. Point your toes, lean back, go as far as you can with a flat back, and then tuck the tailbone and roll down. Arms reach behind you. Let's do 2 more. Circle the arms, tuck the chin. We lift up, connecting lower upper body together. You lower the legs, you sit tall, hands behind head, lean your body back, breathe in. Exhale, tuck the tailbone and round. Last one. Take the arms, circle them around. Breathe, exhale, we lift. Take those legs down. Let's take a breath in here. And then let's lean back. And then exhale, tuck the tailbone. Why don't we do one more just for fun? Arms reach back. Circle the arms around, tuck the chin, and we roll up, 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 up. Legs down, hands behind your head. Let's inhale, lean back. And then exhale, come all the way down. Nice work, everyone. Come onto your side. Have yourself, let's go on our right side. So we're all on the same side to start. So actually, you know what? Don't worry about it. Just be on the side you're on. We'll just stay here. Take your ear, rest it on your bicep. Find a nice straight line from your heels to your hips to your shoulders. Push your bottom leg into the floor. Keep that top leg in neutral position. We lift it up and we bring it down. So I have us in a straight line right now, which requires us to find a little bit more stability in our body. Right? We have to be a little bit more honest in how we're moving. We have to be a little bit more stable in our pelvis so that we don't accidentally roll forward, right, or roll back. Let's go 3 more. Lift, I almost rolled forward right there. And 2, and 1. All right, here's the hard part. Bring the foot halfway down so it's in line with your pelvis. Flex at the ankle. Squeeze the quadricep. Pull that foot forward as far as you can. I'm going to actually take my hand to the floor here. Bit of stability. Point the toe and pull the leg back. I can't go too far. I'm going to knock my Christmas tree over. Flex the foot. Pull forward. Breathe in. And then out. Now, as that leg comes forward, keep your foot at hip height. Don't let it drop. And come forward far enough that you feel that stretch in the back of your leg, and then pull it back to stretch the front. 1 more time, we pull forward and back, and then bring your legs down and together. Squeeze them nice and tight. Breathe in, lengthen through that top leg. Exhale, both of your legs lift off of the floor. Inhale, down. Exhale, squeeze those inner thighs and lift. Down and lift, down and lift, down and lift, down and up. 5 more. 5, 4, 2 more. Sorry, 1 more time. Lift and hold, stay here, and then little pulses. This is what life is like when you live in a studio apartment or place with one person and they've blocked the clock and you can't see what time it is anymore, and you're trying to use sign language to get them to move and they don't know what you're talking about. Let's go for 3. Beat those feet. 2, 1, and then come all the way down. Grab onto your leg and stretch out your quads. I tell you, living in a studio in a pandemic, pregnant, not ideal. Let's come around and go on to the other side. All right, here we go. So find that nice straight line. All right, so we want to reach out of that top leg, right? Pilates is all about finding that leg. So imagine you've got a strap around that top foot and we're lifting it up and then down. Lift. Squeeze. Nice work. Good. 5 more. Push that bottom leg into the floor. Imagine you drew like a chalk line down the side of your body and you were just lined up, balanced right on that chalk line. 3, 2. Now for some stability, take that top hand in front of you. We flex our foot. We breathe in to pull that top leg forward and then point your toe, squeeze the glute and pull the leg back. Flex forward. Again, let's work that alignment of your leg. So as your leg comes forward, you draw it back into the pelvis. Think like you're sticking your butt behind you. 2 more times. Inhale. Swing it back. Exhale. 1 more. Exhale. Take your legs together. We breathe in as we pick the legs up, both of them, and lower. Let's find our inner mer person right now. And then pull your hip like you have a tail, and you're lifting it off the ground from the strength of that belly. Reach out of those toes, straighten your legs, squeeze your inner thighs. Let's go 4. Lift those toes up. 3. Nice work. 2. We hold on the last 1, and then we open and close the feet. We beat the feet. We beat, 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 beat. We go 8. Squeeze glutes, squeeze inner thighs. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come all the way down. Grab onto your ankle or your shin bone and stretch. And then let's roll onto our bellies. I will not meet you there, but you roll onto your stomachs. I'm going to come up onto my knees. Take your hands for me. Take them underneath your forehead. Okay, so your hands are under your forehead. You'll be lying on your bellies and glue your hands to your forehead. They do not come apart. Widen the collarbones. Take the feet, either tops of your feet or your toes, and push them into the floor and press the pubic bone into the floor. Let's bring our minds back to our pelvic floor. Exhale, gather the pelvic floor and lift the abdominals away from the ground like a little candle could burn under your belly button. Maintain that connection. None of this should come into your low back. We will inhale, the head lifts like you're rolling a marble away with your nose, squeeze the shoulder blades, lift the chest off the floor. Elisa, bring your hands with you. Shauna, bring your hands with you. Yes. And then we lower all the way back down. And we inhale, and we lift up, squeeze those shoulder blades, push the chest forward, and then exhale and down. 3 more, we press the chest forward, feel like a turtle, how it would reach its head out of its shell. Good work, and down. Shauna, find a little more belly for me. Come, yeah, and keep that as you lift your chest up. That's better, more upper back. Good, 2 more. Push the toes into the floor. Nice work, Bob. Good job, Elisa. 1 more time. Let's stay here. Stay lifted. Keep the lift. I want you to lift the abdominals away from the mat. So more belly, lengthen the tailbone to heel, squeeze your bum, lift your feet off of the ground. So feet are lifted. Yes, now start to kick your feet. Squeeze your glutes. We kick like you're swimming in the ocean, and we flutter those feet. We go 10. Bob, tuck the chin a little. 9, 8. Yeah, that's better. Good. 7. Kirsten, straighten your legs. Don't bend your knees when you kick. Kick from your glutes. Straighter legs. 3, 2, 1, and take a child's pose or shell stretch. Send the sitting bones back to your heels. Let's let that low back release. Allow the sitting bones to soften down towards your heels. And then shift your body forward, come back onto your belly. So lie right down. Take your hands, this time extend them long so your thumbs are up towards the ceiling. Pinky side of your hand anchored into the mat. Pubic bone roots down, tailbone lengthens to heels. Gather pelvis forward, draw your belly button away from the ground. Take the head, the arms, the chest, reach them forward and up. Squeeze your glutes, lift your legs up. Arms and legs are lifted. Shauna, lift your head up a little bit for me. Yes. Tuck the chin in. Perfect. Now draw the shoulder blades down the backs of your ribs, but find length in your spine. Take the right arm, left leg, lift them higher, and we switch. Switch, switch. We swim. Now, swimming isn't about just fluttering your arms and your feet as fast as you can. Connect right shoulder blade, left glute, left shoulder blade, right glute, and lengthen your spine. Let's go 6. Where's your belly? Press the pubic bone into the mat. More abdominals. 4 and 3. And 2 and 1, and then sit bones back to heels. Take that shell stretch or child's pose. Now bring yourself into a tabletop position, center of wrists, line up directly with the outer edges of your shoulders, and then let's just make some circles with the hips, letting them circle around. Tucking the tailbone and then lifting it up like you could draw a big circle on the wall behind you if you had paint on your sitting bones. And then just switch the direction of that circle. And then bringing yourself onto your left hip, and take your left foot onto the right thigh bone. This is called mermaid legs in Pilates. I'm going to call it mer butler. I don't know what the politically correct word is for maid. Mer housekeeper legs. Take your arms, reach them out in front of you, and then take your right hand to the side of your right shin bone, and then lift your left arm up and over. So you don't want to just lean over to the side. You take those left ribs and you pull them up away from the pelvis. So we're lengthening, and then we reach. And then we lift out of there, left hand to the floor. I like to bend my left elbow. I lift my right ribs up. I reach my right hand over, and I pull my right sit bones away from my right fingers to get that stretch down that right side. And then we lift one more time, right hand to the floor, lift the left ribs up, dive over. And then on this last one, take that left hand, bring it just behind the hip slightly, so it's not straight out, but it's back. The right arm sweeps up, and then we turn the body. So we're looking to our left hand side. And then bend your elbows. Start to roll the head down towards the ground as you push your tailbone away from you to get a bit of a stretch in your back. And then lift your chest up. Feel a bit of extension. Squeeze the shoulder blades. Sweep that right arm up. Take the right hand behind you, left hand to your right thigh, and then come into a twist the other direction. Really try to turn your head. Look over your shoulder. And then we'll switch. Take the feet to the other side. Take your arms out. Sit tall. Take that left hand down to the floor. Sweep the right arm up. Lift the ribs up. Dive over. Squeeze that sideways. So get length. Up and then over. And then reaching down. Taking right hand. Right arm down. Reach the left ribs up. Pull the left sit bone away from your left fingers. Stretch. And then we do that again. We come down, taking the left hand, lifting the right rib, sitting tall, and then diving over. And then taking your right hand to the mat just behind you. Left arm sweeps up. We spin the body. We twist, bringing the hands to the floor. We just tuck the chin. We roll down, pull the sitting bones away from the crown of your head. And then we lift up. That chest comes forward. Sweep the left arm up. Bring it behind you, right hand to left thigh, and counter rotation. Now release out of there, take yourself into your tabletop position again. Tuck your toes, hands in line, center of wrist with outer edges of shoulders. Pick your hips up, bend your knees, and then send the right heel to the ground as the left knee bends. And then send the left heel to the ground as the right knee bends. And switch, keep picking your hips up and back. So as you pick the right heel up, lift those hips, send them behind you, drop the left heel, lift the left heel. One more. And then slowly walk your feet to your hands, taking a nice slow step forward, letting your body drape forward, bringing your ears between the biceps. Take a deep breath in and then ragdoll your body up slowly, bone by bone. You'll roll all the way up. Lifting the arms up, standing tall. And then exhale one more time. Let's roll the body down. Keep your body weight anchored on the center of your feet, so don't get heavy into the heels or the toes. Let's pause here for a moment. Take a breath in between those shoulder blades. Let that head relax. Give it a little shake yes or shake no. And then tucking the tailbone, gather that pelvic floor. Roll yourself up slow. Go really slow here, stacking your spine all the way to the top. When you get to the top, soften your eyes. Turn your palms to face forward. Soften your knees. Allow your collarbones to settle down on your first rib, root your feet into the ground, lengthen the crown of your head up towards the sky. Take one more breath in, sweeping those arms up. And exhale. Great work, everyone. Happy Thursday. Last Thursday of November. Hard to believe. Crazy. Thank you for